of the classy Information Technology Literacy course, which consists of 4 people, namely myself, Erika Liswanika, as the first presenter, and Lukman Hakim as the second presenter, and Yudi Nugraha as the third presenter, and then last one, Aditya Ramadandi as the fourth presenter. On this occasion, we would like to share about the history and development of Second Industrial Revolution. Second Industrial Revolution is another great leap forward in technology and society. Second Industrial Revolution, which began in the middle of 19th century, it was a period of growth for pre-existing industries and expansions of new ones, such as the steel, oil, and electricity fields. There also were innovations on paper making. During this period, Charles Penalty and Friedrich Gottlob Keller invented the current paper machine. In the period from 1870 to 1890, there was an economic and productivity boom in the industrialist countries. As a consequence, living conditions improved significantly and the price of goods fell dramatically. Okay, that's all from me. Let's move to the next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the time that has given to me. Here I'm Lukman Hakim. I would like to present about the major technological advance of the second industrial revolution. So let's begin with the first one in 1870. First, we are introduced by electrical generator in England, and they used for a street, for lighting the street in Newcastle. And besides that, also supported by several things that's to be the icon of that era, such as the first telephone by Alexander Graham Bell, automatic signals, and air brakes, and so on. Go ahead to 1880. It's supported by the first elevator and kinds of structural steel buildings, and that leading to the first skyscrapers. Let's move to the 1890. It's supported by the phonographs and motion pictures, which is contributed by electric generator. Moreover, we are also introduced by household items such as refrigerators and washing machine, and we also know about the first flight airplanes and first automobiles. I think that's all for me. Thank you. I give it back to the moderator.
Some of the most important development in technology during the 1870 until 1914. The first is steel. By 1850, the age of iron had become fully established, but for many years, though iron was inferior to steel, the growth of the steel industry following the inventions has come to symbolize the second industrial revolution. The second is chemicals. In 1840, Justus von Liebig, a chemistry professor, published his organic chemistry in its application to agriculture and physiology. It was one of the most prominent examples of how formal scientific knowledge came to affect production technique. The third is electricity. Like chemistry, electricity was a field in which totally new knowledge was applied to solve economic problems. For example, M.Pd that demonstrates its lighting capabilities as early as 1808. The fourth is transportations. By 1870, the application of steam power to transportations was hardly a novelty, and railroads were products of the first industrial revolutions. And the last is productions engineering. Most of the inventions described had serviceable, albeit less efficient and more expensive substitutes. If it's not as efficient or as cheap, the so-called American system of manufacturing assembles complex products from mass-produced individual components. What was regarded in the 1850s as the American systems was not exactly interchangeability, but the application of high-quality, specialized machine tools to a sequence of operation.
The conclusion is the Industrial Revolution was a time of great imagination and progress. The inventions that allowed new products to be manufactured created a demand that caused an various circle that populated some people the property while at the same time held people down in poverty. It was almost never the intent of the investor, scientists, and other brilliant people to cause such cans between the working class and the industrial machine, but it was nonetheless created. So now you know a brief of this history of the second industrial revolution, what do you think, and how do you think the world could be today if this revolution had never happens? Thank you for your great attention. uh, that's enough from us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.